Thank you all for attending the service. God has truly graced us with beautiful scenery around this land. Hopefully Bodie will boom again.
Thank you, Mr. Clinton, for that wonderful sermon. We are so lucky to have you as a member of our community.
Well, thank you. We are awaiting our real ordained minister, and my wife Rose and I will step up to the task until he or she arrives. Next week, you will have the privilege of listening to my wife Rose deliver the sermon.
Rose is such a wonderful speaker, and we're so grateful that you both support prohibition. It's been the law for so many years, yet so many of our own citizens are still flaunting it. Our work is certainly not done.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen.
More and more are realizing that our society cannot function when men seek the demon rum, leaving their children unfed and unclothed.
The Volstead Act of 1920 is a positive step in the right direction. I'm a family man, and I work hard to feed and protect my family. I'm proud to say not one drop of liquor has ever touched my lips.
Mr. Clinton, how is your mining operation coming along?
I am happy to report that my partner Billy West and I have introduced new technologies that will much more efficiently get the gold out of the mine tailings. We hope Bodie will boom again on that note.
Bodie booming again. That is so good to hear. I know you're such a busy man, but we're so grateful that you had time and energy to renovate our church.
Yes, Mr. Clinton, the church is beautiful once more.
Church ought not to be allowed to run down like this one has. I was very grateful that I had the wherewithal to help see the project through. Once we got the workmen here, it was a simple matter.
Yes, sir, but you are too modest. It was your drive that got the church renovation started.
It was the right thing to do. Well, thank you, folks, but I must be getting home. Have a pleasant
Thank
Sunday.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you next Sunday.
Have a good
See you
Sunday.
next
Bye.
Sunday.
Wonderful service.
Oh, hello. I'm Ada Boone. I'm out visiting some friends here in Bodie. I used to live here with my husband who owned the store, and this was the warehouse where he stored all the things that he sold in the marvelous store. You've probably heard of my husband, Harvey Boone, and he was a merchant here for many years and very active in politics here in Bodie and on many of the committees. Now, we've lost Harvey, of course. He died 3 years ago in 1917, just before this horrible pandemic started, influenza. We had to wear masks. It was a terrible time. And what was more terrible is that I lost my son, my oldest son, Stanley. And he decided to enlist as America entered the Great War. But he went to training in early November at Camp Rosecrans, and before he was deployed to Europe, and he got sick. And I received a letter on November 4th telling me that he had arrived safely. I hadn't even opened it yet, when at the same time, the same day, I got a telegram, and I was shocked. It informed me of his death. He had gotten sick that quickly. In fact, I brought this newspaper out because my friends, I had not been out to visit so long that they had not seen this. They had been out of town. And the Bridgeport Chronicle Union wrote a very nice, if tragic story. They said, news of the very sudden death of Stanley V. Boone at Camp Rosecrans, California on November 6, 1918, has been received by his mother, Mrs. Ada A. Boone. A letter dated November 4th stating he was in the best of health was received simultaneously with the telegram announcing his death from pneumonia following an attack of influenza. He was just 27 at the time of his death. He was a hard worker. We had a farm in Bridgeport. sons worked there. Leslie, my youngest, went off to war too, into the Navy. Thankfully, he came home safely. But I wrote a little epitaph for Stanley's graves. I hope I may indulge you. I brought a copy of it to show my friends as well. Perhaps you'll want to go out to the Bridgeport Cemetery and see it yourself. With a cheery smile and the wave of a hand, he was wandered into an unknown land. Think of him still, as the same, I say. He is not dead, he is just away. So that's how I try to remember Stanley, his friendly smile and wave, and he'll always be with me. Well, I imagine you have things to do and wandering around the town tonight. I won't bore you with any more ramblings. I do hope you enjoy your evening in our marvelous town. Good night.
Hey, look at that big car driving down Main Street.
Boy, that is a fancy car. Sure doesn't belong to anybody around here.
Looks like one of those cars that gangsters drive.
Gangsters? Boy, you have an active imagination. Why do you think he's a gangster just because he drives a fancy car? Like Pretty Boy Floyd, maybe?
Pretty Boy Floyd, John Dillinger.
Well, whoever he is, gangster or not, if he came all the way from Hotham, he's going to need some gas. Let's change the sign real quick.
Howdy, gentlemen. Do you have gas here?
Oh, we got good gas. Man, that's a fine car you have there.
Thank you.
So we'll fill her up and do all your windows.
Go ahead. Let's clean them off for me. You got a little dusty getting here. Hey, guys. Where can I find a good place to eat tonight?
Oh, you probably want to go to Mrs. Miller's house. She's the best cook in town.
Can you give me a little direction?
Yeah, turn left at the intersection and go up about 3 or 4 houses on the right.
All right. I'll do that.
Okay, enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by our town.
Thanks, guys.
You're not the feds, are you? We're just having, we're not doing anything.
Don't worry about the feds will never make it out here.
You don't think so?
You want a drink?
Well, is that too strong for you?
That's just right for me.
I need some.
Want
Don't
some?
spoil it if you don't.
Oh, well, I'm gonna drink this.
Oh,
Have it while we
okay.
can.
I love this record. Can we play this again?
You
Oh,
bet.
sure. What the heck? Go ahead.
I think my cup's got a hole in it.
Oh, it sure does. Yeah, my flask had a hole in it too.
It's really good stuff.
You don't want to share, do you?
Nope.
Boys here for a good meal?
Yeah, sure are.
Oh, best cook in town here. She's got everything. You know, she even makes frog legs.
Oh my.
And oysters Rockefeller. Yo,
Great pot roast. That sounds delicious.
enjoy yourself, Jan.
Thank you.
May Preston. I was born in the adobe house up on the hill. I'm the census taker for 1920. Oh, I've been going around to all of the houses out here. Yesterday I was out at the Scandavino Ranch. Oh, that was fun. I had some coffee with Miss Scandavino. There's a lot of people here. It's really interesting to talk to all of them. I also got to talk to the Kane family and the Gregor family and just everyone. I'm planning on going to some of the other houses kind of further out from Bodie soon. Well, I have to be going now, but remember, it's really important to be counted in the census. It was nice talking to you.
Oh my, that was a busy evening. A lot of mouths to feed tonight. Oh,
Mrs. Miller, do you know who that was in that blue car?
the blue car. I didn't really see that. Oh, was that the gentleman traveling alone?
Yeah, I think he was a gangster.
A gangster, really?
Yeah, it looked like John Dillinger.
John Dillinger, really?
No, it was Pretty Boy Floyd.
You think it's a gangster too?
Yes.
No, I think you're both wrong. It was Babyface Nelson. He's been hiding out in Nevada.
Well, I don't know who he was, but he was a gentleman. He was a very nice person. We didn't have any trouble with him. Well, if you excuse me, I have dishes to finish. If any of you would like to help.
No, thank you.